Hello. I figured that maybe we should read again Miss Nelson Has a Field Day. All of these books that I have are books that I collected from my two little granddaughters, Seraphina and Aria. So I have a whole bookcase full of books over here that you can't really see. But remember Miss Nelson Has a Field Day? Here we go. Also by James Marshall. For some weeks now, gloom had blanketed the Horace B. Smedley School. No one laughed or threw spitballs. No one even smiled. Miss Nelson was worried. Everyone was down in the dumps. Even the cafeteria ladies, that's like a lunchroom in a school where they have hot food that they cook. Even the cafeteria ladies had lost their sparkle. Mr. Blansworth, the principal, was so depressed he hid under his desk. "It's the worst team in the whole state," he said. And it was true. The Smedley Tornadoes football team were just pitiful. They hadn't won a game all year long. They hadn't scored even a single point. And lately, they seemed only interested in horsing around and giving Coach the business. "Why practice?" they said. "We'll only lose anyway." "We're in it for now," said old Pop Hansen, the janitor. "The big Thanksgiving game is coming up. And the werewolves from Central are real animals. They'll make mincemeat out of our team." "What's to be done?" said Miss Nelson. "We need a real expert," said Pop. That afternoon, while Miss Nelson was grading papers, she heard wild laughter. It was coming from the teacher's lounge. "Coach Armstrong had cracked up." "I'll make us a fresh pot of coffee," said Miss Nelson. When Coach had calmed down, Miss Nelson took him home in a taxicab. "You need a nice long rest," she said. The next day, it was announced over the intercom that Coach Armstrong would be out for a long time with the measles. "Who will take his place?" said the kids. When Miss Nelson passed by Lulu's restaurant after school, a serious discussion was going on. "We need someone who can really get the team into shape for the big Thanksgiving game," said one kid. "Someone who knows how to get results." "It's too bad Miss Viola Swamp isn't around," said another. "Who?" said a kid who was new in town. "You've never heard of Viola Swamp?" said the first kid. "She's a real witch. She'd have no trouble getting results." Mr. Blansworth happened to overhear that. He said. Said Miss Nelson, and she wasted no time getting home. After rummaging around in her closet, she found what she was looking for, an ugly black sweatsuit. Then she made an important phone call. "I'll be right there," said the voice at the other end. The next day, Mr. Blansworth announced that there would be football practice as usual. "Whoever it is," said the guys, "let's really act up." The doors to Coach's office flew open, and out stepped, who's it going to be? A lady in an ugly black dress. "My name is Viola Swamp," said the lady, "and I'm here to get results." "It's Blansworth," cried the guys, and they laughed him off the field. "Oh, rats," said Blansworth. "How could they tell?" Just then, the guys heard the sound of squeaky tennis shoes. "I am Coach Swamp," said the lady in the black sweatsuit. "Holy smoke," cried the team. "It's the Swamp." Her shirt says Coach, and don't you forget it. I don't know if you can tell from here. The team's fullback tried to run away. "Not so fast, Mr. Smarty," said Coach Swamp. "Wow," said one of the guys. "Did you see that tackle?" Coach Swamp was a real expert. She put the team to work right away. The guys had never done so many leg raises. "More," said Coach Swamp. They had never run so fast. "Faster," yelled Coach Swamp. "This is murder," said the guys. "Pipe down," said Coach Swamp. In only a matter of days, the Smedley Tornadoes were looking much better. Coach Swamp really gave them the business. Mr. Blansworth was a little puzzled, however. "Who is that Miss Swamp?" he said. Maybe Miss Nelson knows. I'll go ask her. Miss Nelson was busy grading papers when Mr. Blandsworth looked in. I don't want to disturb her, said Blandsworth. She probably doesn't know anyway. Down on the field, Coach Swamp was having a little talk with the team. And don't ever think you can mess around again, she said, because the Swamp will be watching. When Coach Armstrong returned after his rest, he was very surprised by what he found. The guys played like a real team. How did this happen? Said Coach Armstrong. Said the guys. Now, do you remember this page when I read this book in the library? Here's Miss Nelson, and there's Viola Swamp. So, in this book, you learn that Viola Swamp and not Miss Nelson are not the same person. On Thanksgiving Day, the tornadoes clobbered the werewolves, 77-3. It was a great day for the Horace B. Smedley School. Yay, they won! Mr. Blandsworth treated the whole team to hot dogs at Lulu's restaurant, and Miss Nelson went home tired and happy. Sometimes you just have to get tough, she told her sister, Barbara. And by the way, thanks for filling in for me. Anytime, said Barbara. Anytime. Remember that? So that was Miss Swamp, her sister. Okay, so while we're still watching this video, I have a question for you. I collect pop-up books. My very own collection at home of pop-up books. And I was wondering if maybe you would like me to do a video where I show you all of my pop-up books. This is the Very Friendly Firefly. Here we have the Three Little Pigs, if you can see it. This one I really like a whole lot. It's a Harry Potter pop-up book, and it starts out like this. But wow, it's pretty cool, I think. Look at that. Isn't that neat? So if you would like to see my collection of pop-up books, I can do a video where I show you my collection of pop-up books. Okay, maybe you could tell Mrs. Podlin if you could email her, or tell your parents and they'll email me. Okay, I'm not sure if you want to see the pop-up books or not, but I have a whole bunch that I've collected over the years. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.